Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome award-winning director Christine Swanson, Renée Elise Goldsberry, Michael Swanson, producer, in conversation with Wilson Morales, founder and editor of blackfilmandtv.com.
Another round of applause. So, another great film. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Christine, you've worked with Renée a long time ago. You're back together again. You wrote and directed the story. How did it come to be?
Well, I actually wrote this role for Renée when I was working on All About You, which was our first feature film together almost 23 years ago.
There's some cast members in the house from All About You. Maybe so.
Yes.
Yes. Adam Lazar-White and Chris Spencer are in the house from our first feature film. It's a reunion.
So we're talking a long period of time before it came to fruition. How much has changed in the script?
It's pretty darn close to what was originally written. I had to coax Renée into doing this because it was written for a 30-year-old Renée. And she thought, I don't know if it works for me now. And we kind of put our heads together and came up with the storyline from personal experiences from Renée's life. And we incorporated it into the storytelling, and I think it worked.
So if this was years ago and it's 30-year-old Renée back then, was Jay Alfonso's character younger?
I think it's interesting. When I was younger in my career, I used to worry about being discriminated against in terms of having an opportunity to play roles like this, to be an ingenue and the joy and the fun of falling in love and getting your heart broken and figuring it out. And what's ironic is that now that I am older, I feel I myself am aware of what changes in the story based upon what you know, having lived 15 more years or 20 more years. I just think that, you know, we think differently. We know different things. Mother-in-laws have different effects on us. The older we get, and I think that the man that we're attracted to has a different relationship with his mother. There are just things that change, I think, in that 20-year period. And she's a brilliant writer, and she's used to having to deal with me and whatever is in my head, and just artists in general. I think that's what makes a great director. She's just like, yes, and so I just thought, you know, how does her attraction to him change in terms of his ability to figure out his responsibility to his mother? How does, and what kinds of issues would they have if you cast this beautiful young man? And she's, you know, an older woman. What kinds of issues would they have, and how would that affect the relationship? And that's why we included into the story this idea that perhaps for some reason she was not able to have children, and what that would mean, and how a really savvy mother-in-law might manipulate that. And perhaps what might evolve as she herself goes through life. And it just, I thought, became very interesting. It was already interesting, but it became this.
Michael, you're the producer of the movie. Was the goal always to make the movie no matter what in terms of distribution? You just wanted to get it done?
Yes, my job as producer and husband to this brilliant filmmaker is to make sure we get it done. And this is not the first time I should say, if you don't know, Christine and I self-financed this film. And so we've been down this road before over the years. We've been doing this 27 years, and Albany Road takes place in the winter. So obviously snow is a character, and there's always a window each year when we try to get this film done, and we try to find other investors, and we try to shop at the studios, and then that winter season comes and goes. And finally, in fact, we were on vacation with Renée and her husband Alexis. I guess it was the fall of 2022, and we decided to just do this ourselves and stop waiting. And we had a table read. We all read the script in the hotel room and had such a peace about this is the time to do it. And we had one fish, and we had one loaf of bread, and God multiplied that thing. And this is the result of it. So this journey has definitely been a faith walk. But yeah, we're resilient filmmakers, and we knew this was a story that has been around so long, but it was a story that needed to be shared, and it was such a great script. And it just felt like now was the time to tell this story.
And shout out to Alexis Johnson and Michael Swanson. These are our husbands. And we don't do what we do without these guys.
Yes. Okay.
Alexis, wave your hand. He's over here in the
Where's
audience
Alexis?
tonight.
Okay. I know.
And I want to shout out Stand Up Lisa Arundel and Rachel Nixon.
Okay.
These guys are rock stars who understood the assignment. And I'm looking out the door because Lynn is on a flight and she's supposed to walk in any second. And I don't know if what got canceled.
Okay.
But she was shooting on The Chi last night.
The Chi, y'all. The Chi.
She got on a flight this morning and she was supposed to be here. And that's just a testament to my cast members who gave 150% above and beyond what they were asked. And this is why we have a story that resonates, because I have cast members, I have a husband, and we had God.
Amen.
What went into bringing on Lynn to play this character?
Now that you see it, who else could play that?
Okay.
Who else? We tried with other people. Again, it's a God thing that Lynn showed up and she was willing to go against the grain. Mm-hmm. It was a little bit of a challenge. I asked Lynn, we're gonna not do Greenleaf,
Okay.
and there will be scenes where you won't have makeup. And she was like, what? So some days it was a little bit of a challenge, you know, and then I asked the makeup people, can you please walk away? And Lynn looked a little scared, but she went with it. Mm-hmm. She did. Shout out to Lynn Whitfield.
Renee, how was working with Lynn in that road trip?
I was gonna, even if you hadn't asked me, I had to say what a gift it is to have that masterclass happening in front of you and beside you. And just in terms of the idea of the risks that she took in this to just expose everything. I mean, I have to say the first time I've ever seen this film on a big screen with an audience was just now with you, and it was so beautiful to watch this movie with you. I'm very grateful that we got to do that together. Thank you for showing up today. And one of the greatest things, you know, and you think about it when you're walking in is, oh my gosh, what am I going to see of myself? And will I believe myself? And will I be mad at her for the shot she edited in of me? But when it's over, you just are so blown away by the performances of the other actors in the show, the two women that are here right now, and their work, Rachel and Lisa, Lynn Whitfield, Jay Alphonse, Joe. I mean, that's one thing that is different from theater, what you don't get unless you're in a film. When you're in a film, sometimes you don't get to be in the room when somebody has this beautiful scene where they take this wig off and stare in the mirror. And how much of that was scripted, Christine? How much of all of that moment when she's sitting there? Is she here?
Let's let her tell us.
Yay!
Here we go. You know?
The queen has entered the building!
Just in time. The gods have spoken. They wanted her here.
I'm giving up my seat.
That's like the seat filler. Let's give it up to Michael Swanson.
Hello. Is our talk over?
No, we're just starting.
Sit right here. Oh, we're just starting. No, sit right there. Okay. Oh. Thank you.
Miss Whitfield, I'm going to give you the mic. You already have it. And
Love.
how are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Thanks for making it, not turning back, because I know how it is. For some people, it's like, I'm not going to go.
I
But you're
had
here.
the experience that I hear about every time I come to Martha's Vineyard. I had that experience today. It took me 10 hours to get here. Oh my God, crazy. Okay, pulling it together.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good.
And
Let's
she's
go on
always
about the
fabulous.
movie.
So, Miss Whitfield, what led you to say yes to taking on this role?
Well, when I read it, it was funny, it was sad, it was oh so human. It was a look at Black people that I thought was so full of so many interesting textures, and I actually spoke to Christine, and I knew that she had a real vision for the movie, and she promised me that it wouldn't be, corny and mushy. And so I said, yeah, let's try this. Let's do it. Let's see what I have two hats on. That's how I keep my hats fluffy. But anyway, it was so well written, and it excited me.
Well, they gave me a mic from the sun on. There we go. That should. What I loved most about it was the fact that it is a romantic dramedy, but I believe in my heart it's between two women. It's a love story between two women. We have this wonderful leading male actor, and he's just to die for. He's such a fantastic actor and such a wonderful human being. But the time that she took and the investment that she made was to develop the relationship between two women who have too much in common and too great a need for each other to let life pass without them figuring it out. Two different powerful women who had to figure out how to see themselves in each other. And it was always there from the beginning, and it was just a beautiful journey of that to me.
It's a family affair because Lynn's daughter is also involved in the movie. Can we say?
Yes, that was the voice you heard on the Albany Road theme song.
Yeah. Grace
Gibson.
Woo!
She actually, I wanted her to meet Leon Lacey because he came on the set and he's just an amazing musician, composer, and I just wanted them to meet just because. So Grace went over to his home a year after we tried to set it up, and they, had listened to my music, listened back and forth. They did that, and then he said, "Wait a minute, I want to play one more thing for you," and he started playing that melody, and she started humming, and then he said, "This is the song for Albany Road," and then the words started coming, and what you hear is the first time they recorded it.
Wow.
Her voice, that's the one and only time that they recorded her singing it and writing it, and it just happened. But so much in our movie happened like that, because where God is, just things happen.
Amen.
Beautiful things happen.
Amen.
When you're working with such tremendous talent and you have different layers of storylines in this movie, how daunting is it trying to put it all and balance it all together?
It's not daunting when you just get out of the way of creativity. So my job is just to balance it. So I've been doing this for a minute. So this part is not daunting. This is fun, right? So to be able to do it with the level of talent, and granted, we didn't have a lot of money, but we had enough. And I just
We didn't have a lot of snow, but we had enough.
Right. We just had enough of whatever we needed. And then I just felt like their hearts filled in the blanks. And we had so much fun, right, Lisa and Rachel? It was like, wow, we get to do this. And then all of us work in different things, and we're like, then we got to go back to work, right? So this was joy, and this was an opportunity to express Black joy with dimension, with humanity, with sorrows, with happiness. This is the complexity that we live and breathe as human beings, and this is the complexity that we live and breathe as Black people. Can we please see it represented on screen on the regular?
And can I add, she said the word breath. That's what she and Michael have been fighting for. It's the opportunity to tell this kind of story without pacing it at that pace that, is what is demanded all of the time for films, romantic comedy films, specifically our films. They've been really insistent on allowing it to breathe, just so that we could sit in and experience, sit in our stories, sit in this filmmaker's dream, and it's beautiful to watch.
Who was here for the Luther documentary last night? I was here too. I was watching that very well done documentary, and it dawned on me that Luther lets his songs breathe.
Yes, he does.
Right? I'm gonna take my time and sing this song right.
Keep it right there, keep it right there, there.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we're like, let this movie breathe.
Let it breathe.
Let it breathe. Go along for this ride.
For Christina or Michael, I want to ask, because there's a lot of talent here, filmmakers, producers. It's not easy to self-finance a movie and get it done. So what are the joys and pitfalls of trying to just accomplish it?
You said joys and pitfalls?
How much time we got?
Well, let me say this. It's important to bet on yourself. And I think we've done this long enough where we have the skill set, the relationships with wonderful talent, actors, department heads. And it was risky, but perhaps it was a calculated risk. And it was daunting at times. I mean, there are some times like, okay, we have to meet payroll next Wednesday, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that. There's a lot of praying. And I'm gonna just be brief with this because it's a part of my fabric, but I had to surrender and trust God completely and totally. And it was a daily bread thing. Sometimes I didn't see step number 5, 6, or 7. I only saw the next one step in front of me. And I just took that step. And even now, when we finished, we were gonna just dump this on a streamer, get our money back, move on to the next one. But we did a 14-city rough cut screening tour around the country. And we had a QR code. This was before the movie was finished. We had a QR code on the screen, and over 900 people in these cities watched the film. They reacted like you reacted, and they filled out that survey from the QR code, the questions that we had. And that information and that feedback that we received compelled us to release this movie in theaters. We felt this was such a communal experience that we would not be good stewards with the film if we just went for the quick cash and put it on a streamer. So there are decisions that we're making that they're making it's taking a little bit longer for us to get our money back, but it is a gift. I like to use that word gift because this is a gift of Black joy that we want to give our audience. And so it seems like a sacrifice, but God has provided every step along the way. And that has been so reassuring. And that's where we are. It's kind of like an assignment, frankly, that we're on. So it's not about what's going to happen next month or what's going to happen in 2 months. It's like we're taking it day to day. And God is faithful. And as a result, Albany Road is going to be released in theaters around the country on Friday, November 15th of this year. So,
Can I add it's albanyroadfilm.com?
At Albany Road Movie.
Thank you. Say it again.
And-
Say it again.
Albany Road Movie.
On
Follow
Instagram.
us on Instagram.
And if you want to follow the journey and find out what AMC theaters around the country, you can visit our website, faithfilmworks.com, and sign up for our email list, and we will keep you informed, and you'll know all about it. But so things are being revealed as we're taking the journey. Everything is not revealed from the beginning, and you just have. That's why I say it's a walk of faith for us.
Lynn, talk about that mirror scene, because someone asked how much was written. I would love to take credit, but talk about that mirror scene.
Oh, I saw we're getting the boss is saying, oh, he said, oh, okay. So the mirror scene, we shot what was written, which is the reveal, taking off the wig and all. But I asked Christina, and it's so wonderful when you are part of an ensemble where the director trusts you, where everybody's willing to take a chance, because, time is money and it, takes some time. I said, yeah, I just have something I want to try. And she said, okay, do it. And I just had this idea that, not an idea, but I wanted to explore what it must be like to realize the human frailty of yourself. That you could look in the mirror at your own mortality and how a woman would explore that, be in that moment without it being therapy and so it was an improvisation and they just kept the camera rolling and she didn't cut any of it, which is I personally think they could cut some, but she says, no, I'm not doing it. I said, but
She's
Christine,
wise.
I don't want people to get bored with me. She said, no, we're not.
Never.
No, but so, just to see and know you're dying, like what that must feel like. Thank God I don't know. But that was the exploration, and they let me have that moment.
Thank goodness.
Congrats
Thank you.
once again. Let's give it up to Christine Swanson, Renée Elise Goldsberry, Lynn Whitfield, Michael Swanson.
Thank you for coming.